Oof, oof. You can, like, see the bags under my eyes. We didn't even take an effort with hair today. Oh, you can, and my eyes are red. I just look tired. Woo. This is what you get. You know that this is what you get on this channel. Okay. Today, I just want to express like a quick thought. And this is not, I know this seems like it's related to yesterday's video, or the video that was most recently posted on my main channel, but it's it's actually not. Well, I suppose it is. They deal with the same concept, but they're not. It's not like me on on the same thought. Not that it matters. If I were on the same thought, then I'd be on the same thought. That'd be fine. But it's actually unrelated to yesterday's video and the latest video on my main channel. It's actually inspired by a video that I just watched. That actually, I think it's the first YouTube video that I've ever watched that made me like kind of angry. Usually I watch a YouTube video and if I disagree with it, I'm like, okay, nah, disagree with it. I don't know. There's not a lot of YouTube videos don't really shock me too often. I disagree with them. Sometimes I think they're wrong, but I'm not really like YouTube videos don't really like anger me because I'm not really shocked. Like I've seen some pretty bad, some pretty offensive, what I think are ignorant things. So videos don't really make me angry very often. But this video actually kind of made me angry. And by kind of I mean like it made me pretty angry. Um, and it was shared with me by my good friend. And I was like, okay, yeah, I'll give this video a watch. And then I watched it, and I was like, it's called Pussy Pink Slip, and I don't mean or Pink Slip to Pussy. What is it called? I don't even know. Something like misogynistic. And I don't mean to be on a feminist kick. Not that that would be bad if I were. If that's the kick I want to be on, that's the kick I want to be on. But I promise I'm not like seeking out things that potentially are misogynistic and just ripping them apart. Somebody shared this video with me, like not but 25 minutes ago, and I just watched it, so it's really fresh in my mind. And basically, this video talks about how if a man, and it's a man, it's not just like any human being, if a man is in a relationship with a woman, he is entitled to sex, and girls shouldn't like hold out. And I don't think that I don't like that idea. I do not think that you have the right to demand sex from anybody, and I do not think that anybody's ever entitled to sex. I think that really takes away the idea of consent. If somebody's not in the mood to have sex, they shouldn't have sex. And like you can argue whether or not you think that's rape, but regardless, it's still wrong. You're never entitled to sex. I don't know. Like I just don't feel that way. But the thing that actually made me more angry than the video were the comments. The comments were, they defended this individual so passionately and so intensely, and they were so angry at the idea that anybody could ever be offended by this video. They were like, how can you even say that he's talking about rape? Well, he literally said, if you want it, in regards to sex, from a man's perspective, he's like, if you want it, you should take it. Just take it. And then he adds this really quick blurb, somewhere like in the middle of the video, that's like, he says, I mean, don't rape the bitch. That's like some pretty misogynistic language. Not really like, I don't know. Like like that sentence itself I don't like. I don't anyway. But the comments defended this guy so like loyally and so passionately, and they were so it like blew their mind, the people who were defending this individual. It like blew their mind that anybody could be offended by this video. They're like, how can you be offended? It's comedy, people. And I guess that's like this video on this channel is not to rip on Pussy Pink Slip. I think it's offensive and meow 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 meow. But what I want to talk about is something entirely different that was just a thought that was inspired by this incident. And this thought is everybody has an opinion, right? Like we all have an opinion. We all have opinions about things. And according to the First Amendment in the United States of America, We are allowed to express our opinions unless they, like, are hate speech or, like, things like that. But going along with the First Amendment and opinions and the right to voice our opinions, we also have the right to have opinions about other people's opinions. Why would it blow anybody's mind that I might be offended by what they would say, or that I might disagree with what they say? Like, for example, right now, I anticipate people to disagree with what I'm saying. I'm sure that there's going to be somebody who says, you're being hypersensitive and everybody needs to pipe the fuck down. I anticipate that will happen. That does not blow my mind. That does not shock me. And I have a hard time understanding, especially when we're talking about controversial topics. Yeah, if you're talking about pudding, I could understand why it might blow your mind how somebody might be, like, offended by your statement. But especially when we're talking about controversial topics, like women, gender roles, consent, sex, things like that. I don't understand how people, like, don't anticipate disagreement and, like, pull the First Amendment as, like, any kind of defense for what they're saying. They're like, I have the right to say this if I want. It's like, yeah, you do. And look, you did. You made a video. You posted it online. Or you said it in an interview. Duck Dynasty. Like, you have the right to say all these things and think all these things. You have that right. And you're doing it. And you're exercising it. But fun fact, people have the right to have opinions about your opinions. Like, I can critique your opinion because that's my freedom of speech. I just don't, like... I don't get it. Do you understand what I'm saying? Everybody has an opinion. There's probably, if it's about something controversial, there is a huge chance that somebody's opinion is going to differ from your opinion. And if that's the case, that human being has the right to voice their disagreement, just like you have the right to voice your original thought that you voiced that offended someone. It's not... People can get offended, guys. I think people I think people are too easily offended, and that, like, having a thick skin is a positive thing, and, like, that's true to some extent, but it's also, if something's offensive, it's going to be offensive, and I can be offended. And I'm pretty chill when I'm offended. I'm like, I'm not into that. I think it's whatever. Like, maybe I think it's misogynistic, or I think it's just insensitive in general. And I'll be like, I'll just express it usually. But then I'll move on. So when I'm offended by something, I don't even get too heated, just because I don't have that. I don't really get that emotional. Like, even right now, like, I'm gonna go take a shower and go to bed. Like, I'm gonna move on after this video. But what do you think? Opinions and opinions about opinions. This was long. I'm so tired. Look at me. Oh. Tomorrow, I review mail. I got mail. 8 minutes again. Wow.